Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this. This is Dee from Older INFP-A Assertive Insights. And today we're going to be talking about what question I get asked the most, which is what careers are good for INFPs? Well, I'm going to take it a different direction. Because my answer always is, and people think it's kind of flip, I think, and not serious when I say anything that you're interested in is a good career. Hear me out. Don't click yet. We have the ability to do whatever we put our minds to. I totally believe that. And so yeah, that's not the issue. The issue is, and I don't hear this talked about at all, is not what job or what career we need to be in, but the environment and the time of day. When should we work? Okay, I'm going to talk about the time of day because we just had daylight saving time change where I live. I hate it. My body is, I wish we'd get one or the other, and my body is starting to revolt after a couple of days. So, yeah. So, hi, I'm Dee. As I said before, this channel is about everything about INFP from an INFP assertive's viewpoint perch out there. And from my observations, and both professionally and personally, over a period of a lifetime, which has been, right now I'm a octogenarian? Septuagenarian? No, I'm not octogen. No, septuagenarian. So yeah, after several decades. So the way I see it, and I've worked all shifts, and we'll talk about shift work. And it has to do with environment. I talked a little bit, if you follow me, I talked a little bit last time about don't show your NE, your extroverted intuition in the workplace, and why. Just gave you some of my examples of workplaces, and they were kind of not that suitable for me. What the problem was, and I think for a lot of INFPs, now that I think about it, is we're better suited. I think the intuitives in general. I know an INFJ who did this. She was in the healthcare field, and she liked to do after-hour shifts too. We do after-hour shift, do shift work, second or third shift. Now, when I worked in a mental hospital, and I loved it, that's a place where you can just be yourself, really. After hours, you can't, when the corporate people are there, they leave at 5, yay! I worked third shift for a while, for a few years, in the intake. I worked in intake. So third shift for a few years, and then got laid off. They did away with the program I was in. And then I went to work on the weekends full time. I don't recommend doing 3 12s back to back. That was insane. I thought that would be a good idea to have the week off and then work just weekends, but that was a little bit insane. So yeah, so where am I going with this? Is that the bosses are gone after hours. You'll get a boss, but it won't be the same kind of boss you get during the day. The rules won't be as rigid. You have more leeway, even in the strictest of environments. You do have more leeway. So I've worked second shift. I've worked first shift. First shifts I don't get along that well. I don't think that's kind of conducive to INFPs, or like I said, any intuitives. There are too many bosses. You know, the old saying, that was a real old saying when I was coming along. They don't say this anymore. There's, well, you can't say that word anymore anyway. But just say there's too many chiefs. And too many leaders and not enough followers. We'll put it that way. way too many leaders in the first shift. Second shift, you get a combination. I like the second shift better because I do get to sleep late. Don't have to go in. I like working like 4 to 11 because you go to bed at a regular time, at a decent time, and you get to spend some time during the day to be outside and or sleep late or sleep to 4, 3 o'clock, whatever, to get to work at 4. I enjoy that the best. Third shift, you kind of have to. The thing about third shift, though, and I will say most INFPs are female, and I just saw this on one of the morning news shows this morning that they were talking about daylight savings time, though, that time change affects women more than it affects men. That your rhythm, I can't pronounce the word, but the circadian rhythm is more fixed in females, they're finding out, than males. Males are more flexible. So what does that mean? It means in the long run, if you work second or third shifts or rotating shifts, I don't really recommend that. Rotating shifts are tough for everybody. But if you do work different shifts than first shift, and your body, is harder for females to adjust to that. There's some study that they've come out with. And I think in the long run, what will happen, this is just me talking, she didn't go there with that, but what me talking, it just seems like it would be then worse health outcomes the older you get for females if your body doesn't adjust that well. But yeah, so I want to keep this short. I've been talking 7 minutes. So I don't know why the time goes by so fast. So if you like it, what do you think? Have you worked shifts? What shift do you like to work? What do you think about that? I think we can do what you're passionate about. Don't be locked in. I want to steer away and do something a little bit different than what a lot of people do. Most people do who are MBTI creators, bloggers, anything, is that they say this is A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the way you are. And I see in more and more in comments, not mine because I don't get that many, but other people's comments, and they're particularly they're younger, and I would say speak to the Gen Zs now, millennials and Gen Zs, the younger millennials and the Gen Zs. Don't get too locked into all these characteristics that you've got to have these careers. Oh, well, these are the 5 careers. I've got to go do this. Well, if you don't want to do it, I want to be a writer. Well, if you don't like to write, why be a writer? I want to be a painter. I love paintings. I appreciate art, but I cannot draw worth 2 cents. All of mine has to be abstract, like total abstract. In high school, I sold psychedelic colored pencil drawings I did in class. When they put me in the back of the room, told me to be quiet. I can do that. But to draw and to paint, and I love it, but I've just stopped trying to do anything artsy. Nope, that's not me. So don't try to make yourself do something just because, well, I'm an INFP, so I have to do that. No, you don't. I think it's more important to pick what you like to do, but pick your workplace and pick your hours. And I think we do better, and intuitives in general, do better not first shift. Not when the boss is there, the main boss. Not when the main boss is there. Third shift is ideal because none of the bosses are going to be coming in. You're going to have a boss, but I mean like none are going to be coming in. Second shift, like when I work second shift in a couple of places, you're going to get a higher up. Sometimes the owner of the business will come in, or a way higher up will come in on second shift because they finished what they had to do for the first part of the job. So they'll come in, and yeah, you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. Third shift, everybody's going to be asleep except the people who have to be there. And they really don't care. And like when I worked in the mental hospital intake, I do believe maybe the psychiatrist there, probably third shift, probably slept until we called him or her. I do believe they slept. We couldn't sleep. Well, actually, we did fall asleep. That's another advantage. Who's going to know if you fall asleep? As long as you get your job done, that's my theory. So I've gone long enough. I just want to put that out there. Let me know what you think. I'm taking it to a different place. It's not what you do for a career. It's where you work and the hours that you work. The hours that you work. What are you best suited for? And I do believe we are better suited for any shift besides first shift. On that note, I'll leave you, and until next time, stay safe.